basically, if you think about in Tai Chi, you want to develop what is referred to as kind of whole body power. And on a simple level, and kind of unfortunately, it's often just done on this level. Kind of whole body power is really where you just you get your whole body really to move as one unit. And through that, you convey as much power as you have through basically your legs and your waist. On a more sophisticated level, having whole body power really involves developing a really good connection through your spine into your legs and into your arms. And so when you do one thing through the core of your body, it's reflected into what you're doing in your legs and arms. And it's getting those things all really unified is what is really the challenge. I mean, it's one thing, like if someone comes over here for a second, like, did you come here for a second, Jim? Okay. It's one thing, if I'm going to push Jim and I just kind of really just become really stable with my body, I can move him around. But I'm not especially utilizing the strength of my whole body. I'm pushing him with my legs, I'm moving him around the room, but I'm not utilizing a lot of other pieces of my body that have to do with getting strength up there. And so what we're going to be working on is how do we get those other components really to start working and getting them to work together? Because the key is getting them to all work at the same time. It's too slow to kind of do a sequential kind of opening of the body and stuff. It really has to be simultaneous in order to really maximize its power. And again, it's like, this is where it's easy to kind of run into some things that are a little bit confusing, because in the Tai Chi classics, they talk about the Jing starting in the feet and being controlled by the waist and being manifest in the hands. And in a sense, that is correct, but it doesn't tell you much about what's underlying it, which is the fact that, yes, it does start in the feet, but it doesn't go feet, waist, hands. It really, everything is doing it all at once, but the actual sense of the energy does follow that progression. But the actual movement in your body and the integration of the movement of your body is done simultaneously. So I want to go back and look at, some of what we've done before in some of the other seminars on Bend the Bow. And kind of, you think of this from the standpoint of it being a structural thing. The idea is what we're trying to do is we're trying to tie through our backs our upper and lower body together. And so they really work in harmony with one another. And the key is, at least on a certain level, is getting the kind of center point, which is where your psoas muscles and your latissimus dorsi and trapezius overlap. Because that's like the point, which is actually where the Ming Men is, in terms of the Chinese description of it. That's a big transfer point where you have very strong muscles in your body basically joining. They don't actually join, but they connect to the same vertebrae. And so you end up with this very efficient transfer of strength through that point. And that's where you really learn to start integrating your strength. So what I want to have you do, if someone comes up here, Jim wants to go. Jim, why don't you just go ahead and put your finger there for a second. So Jim's putting his finger on what's my Ming Men point. If I want to integrate this from Ming Men down, I want my pelvis rolling forward slightly, also spreading, but it's from that point down, and then from that point up. I'm stretching forward slightly and up. So what this does in effect is it makes my spine form a very shallow crescent type shape. And then you release it.